Hello everyone, it's me again, Nancy Finch, doing Nancy Finch Nan Talks, and everyone knows that Nan can talk. Oh, I hope you're having a lovely day. This is, I think it's number 27 of my talk. I'll just check 29. This is going to be 29. I don't know how you got on with my last talk I did last week. It was chuck it in the bucket. It was all that worry and stress and anything you don't want to chuck in the bucket and detach. That's what I did last week, and I hope you enjoyed that. So some people have already been using that exercise and love it, and they come back to me, so that's good. But today we're going to be doing remove your rucksack, like a rucksack, but it's actually like this nice little rucksack here. I take this one everywhere, and removing the rocks from your rucksack. So it's a nice little playful way and a tangible thing you can do to remove things like stress, pressure, old negative ways of being, anything practical. It's a practical tool that you can use, and you can do it if you live near a beach or near a river. I really want you to do it with water around, because the water is really quite a big part of it. You can do this even over a bridge. One of my clients did this and was chucking rocks into the water from the bridge. But it's up to you. There's bound to be water somewhere near you. I personally did this exercise on the beach a few days ago, one of my favourite beaches. And I went there, and what I did, and the reason why we're going to do this, I'll tell you about in a minute, but I collected 10 stones, 10 rocks, a bit like this, okay? All different, well, about the same sort of size. They need to be big enough so that they fit into your hand easily, okay? And so I chose 10 rocks, okay? And I put them in the rucksack, and I walked down the beach, and I was aware that they're very heavy. It's a bit like life. Life can be heavy, and we can be burdened with so many different rocks in our rucksack. Metaphorically, it could be family stuff. It could be things that have been weighing you down for years. It could be anything. So basically, feelings, thoughts, anything that's been wearing, making you weary, and I don't know, kind of, you live life less when you're feeling that heavy. So you're less likely to make more to take more chances to do different things that make you happy, because you're weighed down and you haven't got the emotional or mental energy to do anything. That's what happens when we're weighed down by these rocks. And it could be a family member putting too much responsibility onto us, or we feel we're responsible for someone else. It could be anything. And I'll go through a whole list of stuff that we can be releasing through our stones. So this is a very nice way to take something and to release it away from you. I'm always on about that. It's very good for your body to release yourself from something that's not serving you or making you unhappy. So I took my rucksack with my 10 rocks down the beach, and I found a good place. And I thought, right, as I say, it could be a river, it could be anything. Okay, so just bear that in mind, or message me if you want some advice. So what I did is I took one rock out, and I thought, what do I need to release from my life? And I thought, well, it could be a whole, if we start thinking like that, it could be loads of stuff. You might need more than 10. But we'll go for 10, because that seems to be a good number. It's a good time frame to do this in, one after the other. It makes you feel really good. Basically, I was thinking, right, what's holding me back? It could be a constant feeling that you get through perhaps a relationship problem, or perhaps you have a lot of self-judgment. I've had lots of that in my life. It might be old feelings and patterns of behaviour that you think, I really don't want to do that anymore, or I don't want to behave that way, or I want to learn to get rid of perhaps mistrust, or an illness, or something that feels inflamed in your life physically or emotionally. So I went through 10 things. I had to think about it. I took one out at a time, and I just threw it into the sea with an intention in my mind that I was releasing that particular feeling. It could be, as I say, a pattern of something that's been going on all your life. So I released self-judgment. I'll give you that one. And then I had no shoes on. I love it. And the water comes in, and it cleansed my feet. Oh, it's lovely. So it was washing me clean of that feeling. Now, if you wanted to, you could just settle for that lovely washed feeling, that clean feeling, as it enters, as the water connects to your feet, or your hands. If you're in a river, you can wash your hands in the river, or put your feet in the river, and allow that cleansing to take place on a physical level, and an emotional level. Mentally, you're aware that you've set the intention, you're going to release that particular feeling from you. It's like wiping your karma clean. It's like suddenly that has no power over you anymore because you've been mindful enough to release it. You could, if you wanted to, allow the opposite in. So perhaps with the next wave comes in and you're thinking, right, instead of having self-judgment, I'm going to have self-acceptance or self-love. And I'm going to have that with that next wave that washes over me. My feet are lovely and cleansed. My energy's cleansed. My thoughts are cleansed. And I'm intending to release that feeling from me and have a completely clean plate of all the experiences I've had before. So a lot of people, as I say, I've offered this too, have loved it, and they've done it either on the beach and they've done it with pain, or most of the people do emotional pain. You know, if they've just broken up with somebody and they've got pain, or they've got sadness, or they've got rejection, one of these rocks could be rejection. In it goes. I'm no longer going to be rejected. I'm going to be cleansed from that. So you allow the water in and it cleanses your feet. It's a very real thing to do. I loved it. And so you take one after the other. It might be that you've been angry at something and you don't want that anger. It's bad for your body. Or you might be fearful of something, or you lack courage and you've always been holding yourself back. Well, let's throw that holding back feeling. Let's hold and throw it away. And then let the water come in, and you might bring in courage, or you might bring in a feeling of security, or something you feel you need as that wave comes over your feet, or as you're in the water washing or cleansing from that feeling that doesn't serve you. And it's very bad for you to have feelings like that, to hold on to them for a long time. They're a bit like having a lead jacket that you're wearing. You know, that you walk around in life with a rucksack full of rocks. And if you think about it, we just keep putting more rocks in. We do it with this situation and that situation, and parents worry about their children, they put another rock in, and before you know it, it's heavy. And you try to function in life without noticing how heavy that rucksack is, but there's loads of rocks in it. And the lighter you become, the more you release. I did notice that with my own shoulders felt better physically when I finished doing the 10. And you can always write a list out before to see what it is you need to release. Have a think about that. What's been holding you back? What haven't you enjoyed in your life? What have you been experiencing? So basically it could be, I've just got a whole list of stuff here, that some of my clients, and myself included, of course, have had to release. It might be abandonment. It might be abuse. I had a very, very abuse childhood as a child and as an adult as well. So I did need to release some of that myself. It could be abuse, it could be abandonment, burden, it could be rejection, if you felt rejected, and that might have happened a few times in your life. Then you can throw away being rejected. What's the opposite to that, if you want? Or just be cleansed from it if you don't know what the opposite is. So have a think about what you want to release. It could be an illness. It could be you've always been ill with a certain condition. How about we throw that away? It's an action that will tell your subconscious mind, your brain believes it, and it will take that instruction and do its best to make it so. And by the law of attraction, of course, as well. So is it old patterns of behaviour you want to change? Is it your diet you want to change? Perhaps you've never really taken care of yourself. I'll throw that away. I'm going to start taking care of me. Or it might be, so what I've got here, I've got loads of stuff here actually. It could be, as I say, a negative feeling of self-judgment, anger, pressure, shame, blame, regret. Let's throw away regret. Let's throw away blame and shame. That can all go in the sea and let it wash you clean. It's such a lovely feeling, I tell you. And I really felt great walking back from the beach with my empty rucksack or rucksack. So, as I say, one of my clients did this when she did it on a bridge, and she just popped the stones into the water. And she imagined the water was just taking that feeling or that situation away. So think about what you've got that is weighing heavy on you. What would you like to release? Okay? Anyone can do this. And what was really funny is when I did it the other day, the beach was quite crowded with holidaymakers. And there was me throwing my rocks in one at a time, having a think about it, throwing it in and letting the water wash my feet. And when I looked down the beach, there was about 10 people doing exactly the same thing, which was hilarious. They were watching me and they picked up stones and they were throwing them in the water. Of course, they weren't doing the same exercise because I hadn't taught them that, but it was funny to watch because I thought they obviously wanted to throw stones in the water. Maybe on a subconscious level, we just know we need to release something from ourselves. So have a think about what that is, if it's any destructive behavior, anything that's happened to you, a situation as a child maybe or an adult. If you've had abuse like me, then throw that abuse away. You know, you don't need to keep that anymore. It's a gift you no longer need. I've learned lots from it, but I choose not to have it anymore. And it's a choice. And that reminds me, this is all these talks that I do, I've put them in my little book. They're all from The Choice is Mine book that I'm writing. And this is my way of sharing, airing and sharing what I do every week. And I put one of these on and they kind of work on different areas of the body. And I welcome your feedback because then I can help to understand how people want to use them. And this particular rucksack, remove your rucksack, is really good for your immune system. This one here, and this is your, I do a lot of work on this area at the moment because we all need to be boosted in that area. So when you take that burden away, you know, you can still be functional for your family, you can still help people, you can do everything you want to do without feeling the burden. That is a choice. If we throw away the burden but keep a feeling that I can still help people, I can still do exactly what I want to do, to be loving, kind, supportive to others, that's great. But you don't need the burden. The burden's heavy and it takes this one down. So what we can do is just be mindful that as we're throwing them away, we're relaxing. You'll find your shoulders move better. You'll find you just feel more lighthearted. You feel relieved. You feel, just lighter. You just feel lighter. So it's really good for the green, and it's also very good for the purple, this one here. Because what it does is it clears your mind. You've taken that out of your mind and detaching, which is something that, as you know, I'm very keen to do. Because once you've detached, you get a chance to heal that area. And if you do it mindfully, by identifying what they are as you throw them away, then you're in a very good place. You're in a very good place to be mindful of what you deserve. You're giving yourself value when you do this. So this is very good for your hormone level as well. So it's a bit like tuning into your inner child. What's holding me back? What feeling, what thoughts, what pattern has happened to me over my life that I need to take that negative feeling and release it. Now, this is very similar to another one I've got, which is called Over the Cliff, but that's more about a single person detaching from how they made you feel, a single thing. Whereas this is much more sort of general for lots of different feelings that come up from the bottom of your emotional pond, if you like. So all you have to do is tune into yourself and be honest and be brave. What do you have to throw away? What would it be good to get rid of so you can have a nice, clean emotional plate, which is what you deserve? One of my lovely clients, my friend, she decided she's going to label it. She's going to actually write on the stones, which is really good because then she reminds herself she'd done it before she went. And you can write on it whatever that is. It might be fear. I'm going to release self-judgment. I keep going back to that one because a lot of us do. I might release self-criticism. I might just release anything, as I say, anything that comes to mind. It could be loneliness. One of my clients releases loneliness and she's now feeling loved. Even though she can't sit around it, she has that feeling that once she releases loneliness, she's going to feel love. And she accepts that because she's given the other stuff away to the river or the beach. So she labelled hers. I suggested you don't do it with a permanent marker. Because if you do it, someone else could pick that stone up and they'll be thinking, oh, why am I picking up regret? Which wouldn't do them any good. They'd think, why am I picking that up? They'd have to throw it away again, wouldn't they? So have a think about what it is, any feelings at all that need to go into the water. And allow that wave, if you're near a beach or if you're near water, a nice river, allow yourself to cleanse each time. Feel the water cleansing you. It's a very nice opportunity to cleanse our heart, our soul. And as we're feeling clean, like a nice clean plate, we are inviting nice things to be on that plate. We're inviting a calmness. We're inviting ourselves to believe that we can change our lives. We have a sense of trust and hope when we release from something that's been burdened and holding us back. And some people have it for a long, long time. But it doesn't matter how many years you've carried your rocks in your rucksack, you have to release from it. You have to let go. As I say, it could be physical, emotional, it could be anything at all that you feel is heavy in your heart. And you can still function by helping people, family, friends. I had one lady who said, but if I take that rock out, that I'm looking after my son or my daughter, if I take that rock out, does that mean I don't care about my family? I said, no. You're taking away the burden of that. You're just going to be able to help them without feeling it so heavy in your heart. And so she did that. And so she was able, because she was more light-hearted and her immune system was boosted and she just felt more, younger. She had more energy. She was able to help them more because she released the burden. Okay? This is all about this area. Let's get it off of our shoulders. Let's make ourselves a nice, clean, emotional plate. Let the water cleanse you. And if you're not near a river or you can't get out your house, you can imagine this. Or you could go to where water is in your house if you're lucky enough to have water. And so you might just think about throwing a stone or something into the sea, or you imagine you've got it in your hand. And then as you release it in your mind, you might cleanse, you might wash your hands under the water. That's another way you can do it. So if you can't get out for some reason, or you can't go to the river, you can't go to the beach, you can't go to a bridge, then this is another way you can use it. And you can also just do it in your mind without any water at all. It's better if you have something physical cleansing you, because you really feel like something's gone on. And I didn't care how many people were watching me. I just did it. What was really funny, as I say, everyone was copying me, which is really funny. I looked up and I thought, this is great. Without realising it, they're having fun. And they're in a child. Quite a lot of adults were really enjoying skipping stones into the sea. So I suggest you don't have to have a rucksack, but this is just an idea. Fill it with 10 rocks that are decent size, not little ones, big ones. They have to fit in your palm, because it has to be something that you feel that you're really getting rid of. Okay, it's very good for you. So let me know how you get on with that. This is obviously on YouTube and it's on Facebook, Nancy Finch St Austell, if you want to join me on that. If you ever want to be part of my daily things I put on there. But basically let me know how you get on with it. I'm sure you'll love it. A lot of people have come back to me saying how relieved they feel. Now, if a feeling comes back, by the way, and you think you've got rid of it once and it's come back, don't worry too much. Make a note of it and do it again and do it again. Because each time you do it, you're being more mindful. You're deciding, I'm not having that. I'm choosing to have this feeling. So don't be despondent if it does come back. I doubt it will. But if it does, it won't be as powerful over you. It won't take away your power as much. It will be less. So you might notice it, but it won't have quite the same effect. So either way, you're a winner. So let me know how you get on. Just basically, if you can like my page, that would be great. All my tools linked together. Let me know how you get on using them, if you want to link them together. Subscribe and share this with your family and friends, and really enjoy feeling lighter. Your emotional balloon needs to come off the ground, and we need to take off what we've always been holding on to. And once we become mindful of that, we're in control of it. Okay? If you want to go to my website, it's www.nancyfinch.co.uk to catch up on talks I've done before. And I'm on YouTube, as you know. And I've got meditations I do on there as well. You're very welcome to use and share those. Basically, tomorrow, I'm going to be putting one up tomorrow for the full moon, an Aquarius moon. And it's all going to be about being grounded. So watch this space. I'll be back on sharing that. And also, I've got Tea with Nan. That's every Monday as a live thing I do on my Facebook. And so what I do is a very informal cup of tea, sitting there chatting to you, and you connect to me, and I find out if anything you need emotionally or physically, whichever, because you see, every thought you have has a reaction, a feeling that goes with that, and that will have an effect on one or more of these chakra energies. So if someone comes on and says they've got this or that going on in their lives, or this problem, physical or emotional, I can then prescribe one of my Nan Talks, which is great. And they use it, come back to me, and there's evidence for the book. And also I'm helping as many people as I can, which is what I like to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's a bit of fun. You know, take the rocks out your rucksack. You don't need it anymore. You can be yourself without the pressure, okay? You've just got to be mindful, and that's all it takes. And one exercise, like I say, doesn't take very long, and you can have fun with this. So what I did, I got rid of all the rocks and I just kept one because that reminded me of to value myself enough to do this exercise whenever I need it. Okay? Well, it's been lovely. I hope you enjoy throwing away things that no longer serve you, that you've been holding on to, in the form of a tangible exercise. Have fun with this, and I shall see you again soon. And it's a namaste moment. Lots of love to you all. Take care and look after yourselves. Keep your emotional balloon off the ground. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.